32 minutes after the hour, 27th day of June 2017. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. Two guests today for this particular program as we broadcast live from Studio 3. I got to my far left, Kristen Hosey, and right next to me is Zach Jacobson. They both teach at Wenatchee Valley College, two very different disciplines, but they're here for a very specific reason. Zach is going to be teaching and handling a brand new program at Wenatchee Valley College. They're just rolling it out. He's Wenatchee Valley College's Industrial Technology Program Director. Did I get that right?
That's right.
Good.
Program coordinator.
There you go. And Kristen, you're a PhD?
I have a doctorate in nursing practice.
Okay, that's good. Can I call you Dr. Hosey, or is that a little too... okay. She's the Wenatchee Valley College Nursing Programs Director. Now, the nursing program has been around Wenatchee Valley College for a long, long time. It has an outstanding reputation. But you're changing things up a little bit. You're expanding it. Tell me about that.
We're adding a bachelor's program, which is actually a fourth year to the already existing 3-year associate degree in nursing program. So folks can complete their bachelor's degree in 1 year and come out with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
And probably land a job real quickly here in the big city. So there's a demand for this. Whose idea was it we can make this a full year program and get people fully accredited
Yeah, we have to really thank our partners, but I know that conversations have been in the works for years, and Confluence Health, Regency, there's so many stakeholders that have been involved in just getting this process started, but also there's a need in the state because we have there's a national push for having 80% of nurses be bachelor's prepared, but in our state, our region has the lowest number of nurses with a bachelor's degree at about 26%.
What is the difference between a bachelor's degree and a degree not at that level?
You get additional leadership and management experience as well as an introduction to research. And so a lot of our bachelor's prepared nurses will work as nursing managers or coordinators of programs because they get that additional leadership skills in that at the bachelor's level.
And probably more money.
Yep.
That's a good motivation to have. You know, the more education you have, the more money you make. There's no question about that. Zach, this is a brand new program that Wenatchee Valley College is rolling out, right?
Yes, it is.
Tell me about this.
And so we've got, on the technical side of the house, we've got programs to train technicians to repair machinery and that sort of a thing. We have physics department, engineering physics classes that have aided students who moved on to 4-year school somewhere else. But talking to our industry partners, Chelan County PUD, Pacific Aerospace, Emerson Process Management, we've got together in some large focus groups and decided that there's definitely room in the valley to up the level of training to these technicians to where we have more of an applied, hands-on engineer type person. And so with their approval and some momentum, we've taken this to the state a couple times and a couple different curriculums and put together and finally got something all the way through that these partners of ours helped develop and that we're proud to offer. And here we are offering a 4-year degree, Bachelor of Applied Science and Engineering Technology.
That's a mouthful.
Oh, yes, it is.
Say that again.
Bachelor's of Applied Science and Engineering Technology.
And it's a brand. So who gives the final green light? Okay, Zach, you get to do a program. Go out and teach it. Who was the final?
Right. So
did you get a special phone call that said you're in, that kind of deal?
I've got some phone calls that said, "Come with me to state board in Olympia, and we'll talk about this." But the main motivator, our vice president, Dr. Carly Schiffner, has been just powerhouse of let's break this wall down and let's make this happen and go. And so with a lot of her support, she kind of initiated these meetings, and then so we in-house. We get the community to buy in on it and add and help develop it. And then we get college people to do the same. And then it goes on to the State Board of Community and Technical Colleges. And it gets bounced around a little bit between until there's a good fit. And then all of a sudden we get the green light to offer this to the public.
And of course the importance is all the different, the whole list is here. Chelan Douglas PUD, Pacific Aerospace and Electronics. These people probably went to the college, said, we need these people in the future. Can you start training our future employees? They probably led the way more than anything, right?
They do, and then another thing they say is they recruit for this type of person, and a lot of the people that are pulled in from other communities, may or may not stick around, and that's a lot of effort on their part. And so, the Wenatchee Valley is a beautiful place, full of people that want to be here, and to offer something like this for people that live here, want to stay here, want to work for those people. That's another niche of people.
Yeah, you don't want to educate these people. I mean, granted, their tuition cleared the bank. They got a great education. They get their degree and said, "See ya, I'm out of here." You want them to stay in house as much as possible, which is why the nursing program has been so successful.
Right.
I suppose Confluence Health has a lot to do with that as well.
Well, we did a study a few years ago when we started putting this together, and it was something like 80% of the nurses in the region are all from Wenatchee Valley College. So there's a lot of folks staying here.
That's impressive. Who decide? We'll go with you, Chris. Who decides the curriculum? Who writes the curriculum? Who decides what you teach and what you don't teach?
So it's a combination of kind of like you mentioned, going back and forth between different stakeholders, but also this process has been in place for a few years, and when I came on board last year, we did like a literature review of what the other colleges are doing, but ultimately we submit a proposal to the Nursing Commission first, and they go through the whole, all of our curriculum and approve it, and then it gets approved by the college. But it's kind of like, it's not a chicken before the egg kind of thing. You have to have all of your folks together, your faculty, as well as other people in other divisions and departments that say, yeah, we have the faculty, we have the resources, put this proposal forward, and then it's just a back and forth to meet what the laws are for what we need for a program.
Nobody's guaranteed a job out of college. We all know that. But the closest you can come is being a CNA, an RN, and an LPN out of Wenatchee Valley College, because the odds are good. You're going to land a job, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
And a fairly decent paying job, right? And that's probably 90% of the deal right there, right?
Right. Most of our students, before they even graduated this year, I think it was like 30 or 40 students who already had a job lined up before graduation. And so it's only been like a week or two since graduation. I'm sure most of our students are already snatched up.
Are there disciplines inside of disciplines in your department? I mean, can you specialize in a certain part of nursing? Because it's all, draw blood, how you feeling, that kind of stuff.
Right. There's many disciplines, and I have a specialization in public health nursing, and you can go into midwifery, you can go into psych nursing, adult gero nursing. There's so many, research, education. There is so many opportunities in nursing. And if you get bored, you can switch to something else.
What is your retention rate for people who sign up into the nursing program? And I know the 4-year thing has just started, so you've gone all the way through the 3 years. What's your retention rate? How many people make it all the way through who started?
I don't have that number off the top of my head.
Pretty good guess? My guess is pretty
high.
good.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
Right.
We don't lose very many people, and if someone has to step out, they have the opportunity to come back in a year. We hold that spot open for them.
To get that 4th year, it's 80% online and 20% in classroom now. What is it going for the first 3 years? What's the ratio of classroom to online?
It'll be just for the 4th year bachelor's program. It'll be folks will meet on campus 3 days a quarter, and the rest will be online. And that is to help us have like a greater, impact for working nurses. And folks that are up in OMAC and so forth that are kind of place-bound can come in just once a month to have that, still have that in-person interaction with faculty for classes, but still be able to hold jobs and work and have families while still completing the program. So it's just once a month about that they'll come to campus.
Same question I asked Zach. I ask you, how did this transition to be able to offer that 4th year and that higher level degree come to be from that level, from the state level? Do you have to do a lot of lobbying with?
Oh yeah, and our partners actually wrote a lot of letters of support, so much that when I went down to Spokane for a meeting with the Nursing Commission, they were like, Wenatchee, we've heard that your partners are very interested in your program. We've heard that you have this, you've put the work in, and we're really excited to help you guys move forward. So it is a lot of work back and forth with the Nursing Commission, and then also adding in the other commissions in the state. But it'll be that they just are doing that to make sure that we're a successful program.
You came to Wenatchee Valley College last year, right? So you're about to go into your 2nd year. at the Nursing Programs Director. That's
Yeah.
Kristen's official title. Before that, you were where?
I was at the University of Washington. I was faculty in the School of Nursing there,
Okay.
and also worked in the Department of Global Health.
How did you get this gig then at the college?
My friend used to be the nursing director at Columbia Valley Community Health, and
Great
we had
organization.
we had gone to school together. And I came out to visit him and his family, and he said, "Oh, there's an opening at Wenatchee Valley College for nursing director. I should get you connected with Dean Jenny Capello." And then we went from there. Yeah.
And here you are. And you like it?
I love it. I think the biggest thing, and it's coming back to that, is that all of our stakeholders have been so engaged in this process, and the enthusiasm has been so great, not just from like our community partners, but also, like he said, Carly Schiffner and the president. They have all been very much wanting this program to get on board. So you could really feel that when I was doing the interview, and I was like, this is such an exciting like I can't wait to get started. So yes, I'm having a lot of fun.
How many people do you directly supervise on a daily basis during the school year?
We just hired 3 new faculty, so now my numbers are at 2, 3, 7, I think, 6 or 7.
You just answered my next question. Did you have to bring in more teachers to obviously teach this?
Well, actually, we are also we have some really great part-time faculty that have been engaged for years as well. So when we brought in the 3 new, that was to fill in some retirements and stuff. So we didn't have to add too much more because we had such a diverse part-time staff. But for full-time, it's nice that we're fully staffed now.
Same question to you, Zach. How many people are in your department, so to
Right.
speak?
So I've got 12 part-time teachers they just range from welding to drafting to some of the electrical classes. We've hired a lead instructor for this. Should be doctor here by the end of spring quarter. We'll see what the news says. But Sai Rama, we got to get this name just right. Man, I must have rehearsed this 20 times. Ramaswamy.
Okay, don't worry, I butcher names all the time on the show.
Anyway, Sai is coming to us from
Sai, call him Sai.
Sai, yes.
Good.
Ramaswamy is coming to us from Iowa State University.
Okay.
And he's worked there for a little while and in the past developing a very similar engineering program. So he's just a perfect fit for Wenatchee Valley College and what we're doing right now. So welcome him aboard. And so he's the new hire for this.
How are you selling this new program? How are you getting the word out besides being on this highly rated television program?
That's right.
How are you getting the word out to maybe high school seniors or maybe people looking to change careers or jobs or things like that?
So we have done some outreach with the high schoolers. We've got our own in-house students that want to do this, and we've got radio ads out there, and that's mostly it.
What kind of skill set does somebody need if you're thinking, Zach, I might be interested in getting into that? Obviously, I feel pretty confident that I'm going to get a job when I get out of this 2-year program. What kind of skill set do you need to bring to the table?
Well, we like people with an enjoyment for repairing things. There's with automation, for instance, there's so many things that happen automatically, which is great on one account, and then on the other side of the coin, the more things happen automatically, the more people forget how things work in the first place.
Sure.
That's kind of the point.
Automation machines break down too.
Yes,
yeah.
and that's a beautiful thing. That's a wonderful thing because when they break down, the more, if you get accustomed to pushing buttons and making things happen, repairing them, you're at a loss. Mm-hmm. And so with the more automation we get, the more machines are going to break, and we need somebody who can come in and say, all right, what is this machine doing? How do I troubleshoot it? What tools do I use? So and they're complicated enough that they're getting to where they require a bachelor's level education and a way of thinking, a problem-solving way of breaking things down into little pieces. So if you enjoy doing things like that, that is what we're looking for. There are 3 pathways into this degree, and it's, already have an associate's degree with a lot of engineering type classes, chemistry included, and then 2-year applied science degrees too can transition into this.
And you guys handed out a bunch of those diplomas a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yes.
when we did the commencement exercises. Applied sciences.
Mm-hmm.
It was a parade of applied sciences.
Right.
And so are you worried that you're going to be filled up? And I mean, are you going to fill up?
I expect to fill up. We're advertising on the radio that we're going to take 20. We're capping it at 20, which is a good class size, expecting 10 to 15. And like I say, we were just talking about the application process. It's on our website, www.wuwv-k-h-17-06-27-1PM.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's right there. It's a link, and it is so easy to apply. Virtually painless. It's all right there. It's very nicely done. And I don't think we'll have any problem meeting our quota.
The IBEW, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, are constantly screaming for certified electricians, certified, what's the official term for somebody who's an electrician by trade? And
Yeah, electrician at 01 is probably the highest level of electrician. That's typically what those guys are going to train their guys for. And many of my graduates will apply to be in the union and try and go to work for union companies and continue their education that way.
And that's good money and great benefits. And
that's good money. That's great benefits. Yeah.
Why is there such a need for certified electricians all of a sudden? I mean, are we making that much more electricity?
There's a lot more people. Some of it has to do with that automated thing. There's a lot of things going on that require people to work with wires. And if you don't do it right, if you don't understand some of the installation techniques, you can burn a house down. You can cause some problems. And so
they frown on that. Authorities
they frown on that.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the work needs to be checked, inspected, and that's where they're going in the electrical industry. There's a lot of that going on. So the people that turn out of the IBW, the journeyman electricians, I mean, they know how to do things right. They know how to read wiring diagrams. They know how to read building plans. They know how to make things spec to code so that they can pass inspection and last for a long time. And things are changing all the time. So they need some kind of a checks and balances to where they can show they've taken a certain amount of classes, but then so they can stay up on technology and the changing things. So.
And they're not bored. Hello, I need an electrician. We can get somebody out there and maybe next week, maybe. I mean, electricians are busy.
And that's just the service side of things.
Yeah.
There's a massive amount of installation. Those server farms are just huge, and there's big wires and things you don't see every day. So that is a great career option for a lot of.
How much of this is in the classroom work in your department when people are going to go for this degree?
So there is, like I said, there's 3 pathways, and if you do the applied science for industrial electronics, which is one of the pathways that go there, we do a lot of fixing and repair. I really promote fixing and repair. And so the latter 2 years of this is some real in-depth theory about control technology, how to make control systems and mechanical systems work together. We call that mechatronics.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that word.
Mechatronics. It's a little bit of electricity and a little bit of mechanical stuff. When things are happening automatically, fruit sheds have sorting equipment, robot arms. There's just a massive amount of programming that goes into that for safety and for purpose. And then there's the mechanical part that can break down, the electrical part can break down. So someone transitioning into the program from a 2-year degree, they already have a lot of hands-on in the classroom. Somebody transitioning into the program from a 2-year degree that's academic-based, not applied science, they have to go back and take some of those classes that the applied science students have to take. And then there's, I would say, 60% to 70% of the classes are hands-on, lab-type classes, make a control system, study a control system, make a hydraulic system, study a hydraulic system, and make this happen when you do this action, and just wash, rinse, and repeat. Do this, make this happen, and that's.
Are you guys ready for this? I mean, from a teaching standpoint, I mean, they go, okay, you get to do this new program, Zach. You better know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, well, it's been a long time in the making, so it's not like it just happened yesterday. But it's like waves hitting a bulkhead, and eventually you're going to knock down a concrete bulkhead if you hit it with enough waves, and that's kind of how it feels. We're just pushing and pushing. You can't continually push through, all the state requirements and not have thought about 1,000 times, is this going to work out here? Are we going to be able to hold up? So we're ready.
Because this is a brand new program, how much oversight from the state are you going to be expecting for the first couple of years? They're going to be over your shoulder, making sure you're doing it right, and they say, okay, you got it, we'll leave now.
No, I don't think there'll be any of that at all. I think.
I guess the proof is in the pudding when the students graduate, and they better know what they're doing, right?
When they go out to work, and we get phone calls or letters from their employers that say, thank you, this is what I need. Or we need to talk about curriculum again. There you go. There's that. So hopefully it's yeah, thank you.
You bring up an important point, and I'm going to direct this at Kristen. Happy alumni who go out and they got their nursing degree from Wenatchee Valley College and they're making pretty good money at Confluence Health or Columbia Valley Community Health or maybe one of the retirement homes. What kind of, when they come back or do they talk to their friends that you should do this? How much self-recruiting does a self-sustaining program like the nursing program help you?
Oh, I've already heard from plenty of alumni, like, is this happening now? Is this happening now? And as well as like students that know alumni from a couple years back that maybe told them about the nursing program in the first place. So there is a lot of folks that we expect to see again that had come through our program.
I was going to ask you,
Yeah.
do you have some that's going to come back and say, I'm going to go ahead and get that 4th year now?
Yeah, and actually we've streamlined the curriculum so it should be removed we shouldn't have any redundancies, and so when they get in, it'll be new content to get them right out the door to have their bachelor's degree.
I'll ask you the same question I asked Zach before we take a quick commercial break. How many times do state people walk in with their clipboard and how are you doing, Kristen? Are you behaving? Are you teaching people what you said you were going to do?
I think we might get it a little more because it's nursing, and but it's like I had mentioned before. They're even supportive at the nursing commission of us after having visited us a couple times, and so they will come out and visit during our first year. But they gave us the approval and said through this process, and so we don't expect that there's going to be too much more now that we've gone through and proved like where we're at, what we need, and that we have the resources to move forward.
We're talking to Kristen Hosey and Zach Jacobson from Wenatchee Valley College. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, how you can sign up and more. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley here on the NCW Life channel.
Each year, the Bavarian Village celebrates Independence Day with Kinderfest. Come enjoy a day packed with family fun. There are free snow cones, popcorn, and cotton candy for the kiddos, a bouncy house, face painting, bike parade, so much. It's all happening in Leavenworth July 4th for Kinderfest. Please be sure to visit our Leavenworth sponsors.
The magic and wonder of Christmas is at Kris Kringle. Mark Roberts Ferries, Christopher Radko Ornaments, and the largest selection of Department 56, all at Kris Kringle.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Lake Chelan mailboxes find solutions and the best price for all your shipping needs, including UPS, FedEx, and the U.S. Postal Service. We offer a variety of services including quality copies of all sizes, faxing, scanning, sending and receiving email, laminating, and notarizing. Enjoy browsing through our large selection of greeting cards. Lake Chelan mailboxes supports our military, fire victims, and our community. Come see us at the Plaza in Lake Chelan.
What should you look for in a dental office? Look for a friendly team of professionals that make you feel like you're part of a family that has your best interests in mind. Look for a team that has the training and technology to perform most dental procedures in-house. Then call Dr. Divis and his team at Wenatchee Dental Arts. At Wenatchee Dental Arts, we specialize in your smile and so much more.
And we are back. Zach and Kristen from Wenatchee Valley College. 2 quick questions before I cut you loose. And the first one is going to be a big umbrella question. I want you both to answer it. Are kids today smarter than my generation? I'm 52. Are kids today smarter, just as a general sense? Because
Yep.
you teach them and I know. They are.
They are smarter.
They are,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kristen, same question. Are kids smarter than they used to be?
I don't know, but I do think they have more access to devices that give them information immediately. So they're better at looking things up.
This whole internet thing, I'm telling you, it's catching on.
Yeah.
You know, I really think it's going to happen. So right there, Dan said internet will be popular June 27, 2017. Facilities, y'all have ready to go? I mean, did you have to buy a bunch of new equipment, open up a new classroom space, or is it what you got's okay?
Luckily, we've been able to, we plan on using a lot of the classroom space that we have, a lot of the equipment we have. There's a couple things that we want to buy just to make some of the classes go good. Well, as good as the best they can be. But yeah, no, there's not a huge. We have a good facility. I mean, we've got a good, machine shop, good welding lab. We put a lot of money into the welding lab. And we've got a good electronics lab, and it's those things that are all going to work together.
Same question for you, Kristen. Facilities, you kids ready to go with what you
We
have?
are ready to go. We have an excellent simulation lab that has been supported by Nurses for Tomorrow and the Foundation and our partners. The one thing that we are adding that I'm excited about is we're working really closely with the library science folks to expand our online article database so that folks that are wanting to look up information, like you had mentioned, but more focused on journal articles and so forth, can have expanded access to resources.
This gets going when the school year begins in September, right? So is there a deadline? People, if they're interested in either Zach's program or your program, they better get on it, right?
So our priority deadline for our applications is on the 30th. So we'll start reviewing next week our applications.
I'm no expert, but the 30th is like Friday.
Very soon, yeah. But we're gonna keep the applications open for probably a couple more weeks, just while we're going through the review, because we hope to enroll 25 students in this first cohort.
Same deal with you, Zach? You got a deadline?
Yeah, we don't have a hard deadline like that. We're going to keep it open too, but it's hard to have a hard deadline so soon after graduation because students have been overwhelmed, for a month or more, and then all this, they just need some breathing room before they do anything www.Wenatchee Valley College. I mean, they just need some.
That's perfectly understandable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's summertime and Lake Chelan is calling or whatever. Well, what are you doing this summer? You're teaching some night classes, right?
I'm teaching some night classes. I often work for HVAC contractor.
Okay.
But last summer I actually taught full-time day classes, and this summer quarter I'm teaching almost full-time night classes and developing some curriculum. So I'm pretty busy this summer.
Kristen, now that you've a year into the Wenatchee Valley, what have you been doing this summer?
I'm going on vacation next week. But then after that, it is training faculty for online courses. We've been working with Andrew from the library to do that, as well as getting folks their curriculum and everything up to date so they're ready in September.
Working.
Yes.
Except next week.
Except for next week. First vacation.
Everybody have yourself a great Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Everybody take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.